12 Signs of a Karmic Relationship. All relationships, not just romantic ones, generate karma. As the Golden Rule states, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In a relationship, you spend a lot of time with your partner and become inextricably linked. This may have you wondering if I break up with him, karma will come back to me. If he cheats on me, will karma bring him back? What exactly is the role of karma in our relationship? Things are never black and white, as one might expect. However, there are some warning signs that show karma is very real in your relationships. What is the role of karma in relationships? Yes, in all of your life relationships. Because of karma, you're with the person you're with right now. You've broken up with ex-lovers in the past due to the same karma. It also applies to your interpersonal relationships at work, with friends, and so on. It stands to reason that with good karma on your side, your relationships will thrive, allowing you to live a peaceful, happy life. Of course, this does not mean you can avoid all heartbreak. After all, karma knows when to put an end to a relationship with someone who isn't right for you. Karma's job is to guide you to something better. Bad karma has the opposite effect. If you let that rule your life, you will find yourself trapped in toxic relationships with no way out. It results in a life of turmoil and unhappiness. Here are 12 signs of karmic relationships so you can determine if you're in one. 1. You feel an instant connection. There's no denying that you're drawn to this person right away. It almost appears to be too good to be true. Your souls are linked in ways you can't explain. You may fall in love at first sight, or the butterflies may take over and make you feel sick just thinking about them. It's exactly like that in every single Disney princess movie. It's almost unbelievable. It's because you and your partner have already met in a previous life. Your souls are already acquainted and drawn together by this karmic energy. That is why the two of you form such an instant connection. Of course, this bond is also felt in twin flame relationships because your souls are already connected and know each other. In this case, it's as if they've been split in half by this person. Twin flame relationships have a much better chance of ending happily. 2. There's a lot of drama. While it is true that no relationship is completely free of drama, some attract it far more than others. Expect constant upheaval in a karmic relationship. It's almost as if you're on a roller coaster. There are so many ups and downs to get through. Even when things are going well, you feel unsettled and as if there is a pit in your something. That's because you understand that your relationship could fall apart at any time. This drama also lends itself to the breakup/makeup style of relationship that many karmic relationships experience. You never know where you stand with your partner. It's like living with one eye over your shoulder, watching for what's going to happen next. 3. You're both dependent on each other. Because of the instant connection you felt with this person at the beginning of the relationship, you frequently develop codependency with them. This is true in both directions. That connection is so strong from the start that it's difficult to leave them alone. This feeling will almost certainly be reciprocated. How can you tell if you're suffering from this? Consider the other relationships in your life, friends, family, co-workers. Have you neglected any of those since you started dating your partner? Has anyone complained about not seeing you as much? Have you noticed that your social circle has shrunk? These are all signs that you have become reliant on your partner. While it might sound nice in theory, it's not a sign of a healthy relationship. You all require your own space as well as time to spend with those around you. It's time to look for it. 4. A gifted advisor confirms it. The signs in this video will help you determine whether you're in a karmic relationship or not. Even so, speaking with a highly intuitive person and seeking guidance from them can be extremely beneficial. They can answer all of your relationship questions and alleviate your concerns. 5. You aren't great at communicating. Despite your deep connection and the codependency you've developed for each other, the two of you don't communicate well. You frequently struggle to understand each other in a karmic relationship. As a direct result, a lot of miscommunication seeps its way into the fold. You end up arguing over trivial and insignificant issues because you can't read each other or notice the signals they're sending off. On the one hand, you feel so connected and in sync with each other, but on the other, you have no idea who the person is. 6. They're addicting. Yes, karmic relationships are highly addictive. You can't get enough of this person because your souls are so connected. When you're not with them, they're the only thing on your mind. You want to spend all of your time with them, ignoring everything else in your life. Many people interpret it as love. But love does not remove you from your responsibilities. A love-based relationship will strengthen you in every way. It will give you the space you need to develop as individuals while also growing as a couple. Karmic relationships do not allow for any of this leeway. They're intense and difficult to break. They are difficult to overcome, just like any other addiction. Despite the fact that you recognize that things aren't as they should be, you find yourself trapped in a cycle. 7. It's repetitive. This is one of the most important aspects of a karmic relationship. The repetitive behavior you both go through causes fights to occur again and again about the same issues over and over. Just because you have a strong soul connection doesn't mean you're compatible with each other. You'll have a lot of disagreements about each other's behaviors and expectations. Normal relationships between two compatible people are difficult even in the best of circumstances. Incompatibility caused by karmic relationships leads to a lot more arguing and fighting between you two. You fight, you make up, you're good for a while, and then the cycle repeats itself. It's draining to say the least. 8. They're exhausting. Do you get tired all the time? You don't even have the energy to argue back some days. Karmic relationships are extremely draining and will have this effect on you. With all the ups and downs, miscommunication, arguments, codependency, addiction. On top of that, there's the worry about whether or not things will end. It's no surprise that you feel completely exhausted at the end of each day. A karmic relationship is physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausting, and it is extremely difficult to break free from. Simply being in the presence of this other person exhausts you at the end of each day. If you're completely exhausted as a result of your relationship, it's a strong indication that you're in a karmic relationship. 9. There are red flags. You may have already noticed red flags in your own relationship. It's easy to overlook and make excuses for them, but it's critical to recognize them for what they are. Karmic relationships are extremely passionate, ranging from angry outbursts to controlling behaviors. This enthusiasm brings out the worst in people. You'll probably notice it in yourself. When you're around this person, you'll change and reveal a side of yourself that you don't like. You can't be your best because your partner essentially brings out the worst in you. This isn't a good situation for either of you. 10. You don't recognize them. If you're in a karmic relationship, chances are it's not your soulmate. But how do you know for sure if you've met your soulmate? Let's be honest, we can waste a lot of time and energy on people with whom we are ultimately incompatible. It's not easy to find your soulmate. But what if there was a way to eliminate all uncertainty? I just discovered a way to do this. A professional psychic artist who can draw a sketch of what your soulmate looks like. Even though I was skeptical at first, my friend persuaded me to give it a shot a few weeks ago. Now I know exactly what he looks like. The crazy thing is that I recognized him right away. You draw your own sketch if you're ready to find out what your soulmate looks like. If you don't recognize your partner in the drawing, this could be another sign that you're in a karmic relationship. 11. You feel like you can't let go. You know this isn't the right relationship for you. You already know it won't last. But, in the end, you just can't get rid of this other person. You can't break the two of your soul connection. If you feel like you can't leave your toxic relationship, it's a sign you're in a karmic relationship. Karmic bonds are extremely difficult to break. Despite your best efforts, they keep drawing you back in. 12. It doesn't last. One undeniable sign that you've been in a karmic relationship is that it doesn't last. Of course, this is something that can only be read into in retrospect, not something that can be recognized while in the relationship. The truth is that karmic relationships do not exist. They are not meant to withstand the test of time. It's about healing your souls and past wounds, and then using your newfound good karma to move forward in life. A new beginning. A fresh start. It's a new chance to start over. It's a learning experience in your life, and now is the time to apply what you've learned and move on to something better.